Hey guys, what is going on? So today I'm going to break down with a very great breakdown of a contest prep, 3 different variables that you need to pay attention to. Your caloric intake, number 1, your training, and also your energy expenditure. Here we go. So as you guys know, a week ago, I attended the ISSN, International Society of Sports Nutrition Conference with Bill Campbell and the rest of the crew. And we presented the abstract on our case study featuring a back-to-back contest prep with a data analysis on resting metabolic rate and body composition on a natural female physique athlete over the course of 8 months. I just want to make you guys aware that there are only 4 case studies in the literature published on female physique athletes over a contest prep, and there was only 1 case study that was longer than 20 weeks. So this, I think, is a really good finding and a very good analysis on insight into a bodybuilding prep. And I'm here to break it down for you. Now, before I get into what the literature says, I have here a nice little breakdown of what a contest prep is, okay? In terms of contest prep, you wanna think about this. When an athlete, especially a physique athlete, goes into a contest prep, or if you're just going into dieting, any type of fat loss phase, right? Your calories should likely be high, which also means your metabolism is running, it's amazing, it's operating, you're efficient. Our training, we're hitting the training hard. To be honest, guys, if this isn't the case for you, I think you should step back and start there before we dive into thinking we need to do a bodybuilding prep, because this is exactly what it is. Let's touch on training volume first. So at the start of a contest prep, and on the x-axis is time, the y-axis is these 3 variables that I'm gonna talk about now. So training, number 1, your training volume over the course of a contest prep will go down. Surprisingly, right? We're gonna think like, oh, we're losing body fat. We're gonna do more. We're gonna lift harder. No, your training volume actually goes down, and you just become more intentional, more aware, and more efficient at the way that you move the weight. So when I say you may only need 2 top sets, you may only need 2 top sets. Over time, training volume goes down. Also, energy expenditure. This is the number of calories that you will expend, the amount of calories you'll burn over a period of time. Over time, I just want you to think this. Over time, week 1 to week whatever, boom. We gotta increase our energy expenditure over time of this progression period. That's why during week 1 of a fat loss phase, we're not like, ooh, 60 minutes of cardio right off the bat. Why? Because that's the new standard. You're gonna have to do 60 minutes the entire week, and that's because of your metabolism, guys. It gets used to that. It gets used to the 60 minutes over and over again. So that's why we start small, think big, right? We think big, start small, but you can't do it all, right? Not at week 1 anyways. And in terms of your caloric intake, this is going to really depend on where you start. If we take the time to build up our metabolism, and all that means is we can have an amazing body composition while eating a lot of food. That's where we want to start a contest prep, guys. You don't want to start a contest prep at 1400. No, your metabolism is not broken, but it is gonna make it really, really hard for you to lose the body fat for 16 weeks without doing anything super extreme, right? And the whole goal of all of this, guys, is to lose body fat and keep muscle, right? And we must start in a safe spot, right? We're not gonna go skydiving without a parachute and just jump out the window. That's why we don't start at 60 minutes, right? That's why we don't start a fat loss phase at 1400 calories. You need to take the time to build that up, and that takes time. It's not impossible, right? There's a method to the madness, and you know, that's why I'm here, right? So again, to answer that question of caloric intake, what's gonna happen? Well, it depends, number 1, on where you start, but ideally over time, everybody thinks, ooh, your caloric intake needs to go down. Well, it doesn't, because maybe at first we start to increase energy expenditure a little bit. You know, you may not even have to touch this in the beginning, right? To be honest, like, you're like week 8 and you're like, man, I'm like dieting hard, I'm doing a lot, and you're eating like 1,200 calories, whoa, maybe it's time to reevaluate the goal. If the body fat isn't coming off, we have to evaluate all the 4 variables that go into that, right? Training, nutrition, lifestyle, and your mindset, right? Those are the 4 things that make up my definition of health. So if we are 6 to 8 weeks into a contest prep and our calories are this low, maybe we need to do a little bit of a diet break. Maybe we need to do a little bit of a reverse, right? But it's not that the fat won't come off, right? It just takes time. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy my little breakdown of the training, nutrition, and energy expenditure that goes into a contest prep. And I hope this makes you guys aware that we can't start out with 60 minutes of cardio. We can't start out eating 1,200 calories on day 1 to start a long-term process, right? And to be honest, you don't have to eat 1,200 calories to lose the body fat. That stuff just takes time. Take the time to repair your metabolism. Take time to eat the food, enjoy the lifting, and I swear to God, that body fat will come off. But it takes time and it takes intention. Thanks, guys.